Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to all our Aura readers and followers. We are very honored to have with us today in conversation Dr. Ali Khwaja, who is the chairman of Banjara Academy, a reputable counseling training center. He is a counselor and he has trained around more than 4,500 people as certified counselors. And he's also a columnist, and he has written more than 100 books and 100 booklets. He is the principal faculty and a life skills coach. Dr. Ali has around 5 decades of experience, and in this, he has tried to reach out, he has tried to find means and ways, to reach out and improve the quality of life through empowerment or not by charity. We hope to have a fruitful conversation with Dr. Ali today around the topic healthy communication and conflict resolutions. We welcome you, Ali, and thank you for joining us today. But does self-esteem have any effect on your self-awareness?
Yes, it does. Self-esteem as it is something which we need to be aware of. Am I at any time or at any stage suffering from low self-esteem? Ehsaas-e-kamtari. We don't even realize it. There are so many youngsters, particularly girls, who suffer from low self-esteem because of their upbringing. Elders with good intentions have put down certain, girls and women saying ke tum apne had mein raho. Don't try to aim for something higher. Don't think too much of yourself. When such things are told, the person starts feeling that I am not capable. Why should I even make an effort? Now, self-awareness helps a person at the first step itself to understand whether I have low self-esteem, or whether my confidence level is low, or whether my communication ability is not good. The more I am aware of this, the easier it becomes for me to work towards improving it.
So we can say that if a person with a high self-esteem, they'll have better relationships?
Oh yes, no doubt about it. Because if I feel that I am capable, I can achieve, even if right now I don't have much of an achievement, I will strive towards it. Because my self-esteem tells me that yes, I am capable. I will learn, I will grow, I will evolve.
This mental health, when we talk about, we try to do so many programs to create this awareness, Dr. Ali. But still we do find in our society that it is one of the most misunderstood buzzword. So what do you think, how can healthy conflict resolution and a grasp on this life skills which we have talked about, self-awareness, self-esteem, how does this help an individual with his mental health? Even if there are some external stressors or triggers which are present.
Very true. As you rightly said, mental health is a very misunderstood area and a stigmatized area. People don't even want to think about it or talk about it. Yeah. If I were to ask any one of you, how is your health? You'll feel nice that he inquired about my health. Haan, mujhe khansi ho rahi thi. Yeah, I was running fever, so he inquired about me. But if I ask a simple question, how is your mental health? Probably the other person will say, kya main pagal dikh raha hu tumko? Why are you even asking me such a question? But it's a very vital thing. Well-being, total well-being, good quality of life means good physical health, good mental health, and good spiritual health. All these three combine to make a good human being and a capable human being. Now, in between, this mental health area has been very, very neglected, and it has got a stigma. कोई बात नहीं करना चाहता है उसके बारे में. A simple thing like depression is the most common mental health ailment, like how fever is for physical health. Nobody hesitates to say, भाई आज मुझे बुखार है, I'm suffering from fever. There's no stigma to it. But would anybody be willing to say, my mental health is not good today because I'm undergoing depression? Nobody even wants to talk about it. Now let us see what is mental health. According to me, a very simple definition. I'm not going into the sort of clinical or the technical aspects of it. According to me, mental health, good mental health is being, satisfied or being aware of yourself and being in harmony with others. So starting with, being content and being satisfied with myself. Yes, I have mistakes. मैंने गलती की है, किसी से मैंने झगड़ा किया है. I've done some bad things, doesn't matter. But generally, I feel comfortable about what I am. क्योंकि Allah Ta'ala does not make junk. I am a child of God. I have certain bad qualities, certain good qualities. Acceptance of me as is where is. The second half is how harmonious are my relationships, particularly with my close ones, not outside in society. If these two are met, we can say that the person is having good mental health. But as you rightly said, there is conflict. I may be good to others, people may be bad to me. There will always be somebody who is bad to me. There will always be some stress. I have some target to fulfill. My child is giving an exam. Somebody is not well. These will cause stress. So accepting stresses with least distress enables a person to move ahead. And this again comes back to life skills. Stress management is one of those 10 life skills which WHO has enunciated. Learn, practice how to manage stress when you are not having stress. Same with self-awareness. Whenever you are under stress, be aware that yes, I am under stress, and don't have any hesitation to accept it. Yes, I am having problem in office, or I am having problem with my family member. That is why I am under stress. I will face it, inshallah. I will be able to do it. But right now, I don't hesitate to say I am under stress. Similarly with conflict. Aiming for an ideal situation, it will never happen. So acceptance that yes, I have good relationship with so many people, but I also am not getting along with one or two people. Whatever I do, I am not getting a reciprocation. There always a barrier between us. कोई बात नहीं. देखते हैं, we will work towards it. Remaining calm and peaceful. That is what mental health is all about.
Why do people find it so difficult to accept? Why do they expect themselves to be so perfect? Does counseling help them to overcome all this?
Yes. To a very great extent. I'll just give you one example of a young girl who's a student of mine. She is aspiring to go for higher studies in psychology. She is very good. She has been academically very good and she performs very well. But I've been noticing for some time that she is not making sufficient effort. So when I started probing and I started asking her, I understood that she is suffering from low self-esteem. Aisa se kamtari. She started saying, no, I'm not very capable, I'm not a topper, I do not have a distinction. Everybody cannot get distinction, everybody cannot be a topper, but you have been doing very well. Eventually, to put it very shortly, what actually happened was that she has a father who with good intention, unki niyat bahut achhi hai, has been suppressing his daughter. And that is what has led to the child feeling that I am not capable. I said, you respect your father. You acknowledge that your father has, brought you up in a strict, environment because he wants his daughter to have all the, morality, deens, discipline, everything. He has done his duty. Now you are an adult. Start moving out in life. This is how, just giving a small example of how counseling can help a person to start moving forward.
A similar logic will help even at the workplace and the other personal relationships.
Yes, because
also.
Human beings are human beings, whether it is workplace, whether it is society, or whether it's family. Basic emotions जो होते हैं, एहसासात जो इंसान के होते हैं, they remain the same. And we need to know how to manage them. In fact, management of emotions is again one of the 10 life skills. I am angry. Yes, nothing wrong with it. Anger is something that comes from within. I did not decide to be angry. But once that anger came up, how did I manage that anger? How did I deal with it? That is a skill that we need to learn.
And nowadays, most of these youngsters who come up, they say, they say like you said, the relationship with the close ones is very important than the outside ones. And these kids, these boys and girls, they say, you go and ask my friends how good I am. Only you keep telling me that I am bad. How do you tackle this, Dr. Radhe?
It is the other way around. I am addressing this to the elders, to the parents, to the adult, teachers, whoever, whatever you are. If you are dealing with a child, learn the first basic important thing of communication, and that is to listen to people. Most of the youngsters tell me that our elders don't listen. They only talk to us. They only advise us. They only tell us what to do. Yes, you are right. If you're in a responsible position, you're a parent, you're a teacher, you have to tell them. But start off first by listening. जब इंसान अपनी भड़ास निकालता है, when a youngster tells what that thing and somebody is willing to listen, the person feels very contented and then is open to taking any suggestions from you. That is the difference. When he or she goes and talks to friends, they accept her, even when she is doing something wrong. But when she tries to tell that to her parent or teacher, they interrupt, they don't listen fully, and they start telling things to people.
Start advising.
Absolutely. तो पहले सुन लीजिए. Listening, I think, is one of the most important skills. And as I said, it is not taught to us. We have to learn it by ourselves.
Yeah, I remember you telling, in the previous sessions that the spelling of communication.
I spell communication as L-I-S-T-E-N.
Yeah.
That is the core of communication.
Yeah. And regarding with your young students, because we deal a lot with the young students and learners, what are the major concerns or anxieties that they generally encounter, and how can we help students to overcome them as students, basically?
Yes, in that growing up years, particularly after they finish primary school and they've come to higher classes and are subsequently going on to college and all that, there are two areas where a lot needs to be done but is not being done. The first one is relationships. Relationships change when a child goes from childhood to adolescence. आपने देखा होगा कि छोटा बच्चा है, आप उसको कुछ भी बोल दीजिए, whether he likes it or not, he may look at you, he may disagree, but he says कि ठीक है, अम्मी बोल रहे हैं, अब्बा बोल रहे हैं, टीचर बोल रहे हैं, जो भी ये बोल रहे हैं, he will accept it. But by the time he comes to adolescence, teenage, they say that the one word on the lips of teenagers and young people is why. Kyun. Anything that you say, they want to know why. Now, the point is, they are right in asking. It is a way of their growth and learning. Do we take the trouble to explain why? If we start doing that, build better relationship, then they will not go all the time to their peers or to Google or to something else to find answers to the issues. We need as elders to be able to communicate better, be accepting, be non-judgmental. बच्चे हैं, गलती करते हैं, they will make some mistake, they will do something obviously wrong. Just accept it for the time being. Unless it is something very big, कुछ गुनाह हो रहा है, कुछ हो रहा है, तो obviously then you will stop. But most of the issues which growing young people have are not that bad as we think they are. We anticipate कि आज ये कर रही तो कल वो करेगी. Don't anticipate, don't worry, as long as your communication is good. That is one area. The second area which they need is guidance about their careers. 12 years from 1st to 12th standard, children go through all the subjects, but they are never taught what is your future plan. Every second child thinks, I will either become a doctor or I will become an engineer. As a career counselor, I can tell you, there are 500 good careers, the same as doctor or engineer. But the important thing is it should be matched to the capability of the child. That is what we stress on. It is not किसमें scope ज़्यादा है, software engineering में scope ज़्यादा है, you go into it. No. what you are good at, if you select. Now, this is the stage at 10th standard, 12th standard. A lot is needed. We are doing our bit, but that is just a drop in the ocean. We need another 1,000 Banjara academies all over the country to go ahead and do that. I know there are other organizations also doing excellent work, but there's a huge segment of youth which are not being treated. I would like each one of you to expand within your area, within your city, locality, start reaching out to them and give them guidance.
Yeah, that is one major misunderstanding, these parents, particularly in India, the doctors and engineers and things like that. In your 5 decades of experience, do you find any difference in the relationships, the problems which you have been handling, Dr. Ali?
Yes, definitely. Today, as I said, unlike even one generation back, children, growing children I'm talking about, are not willing to accept the things. You can't just tell the person that tujhe ye karna hai and expect that child will do whatever you are asking. The relationship has completely changed. With the exposure that the youth is getting, the type of media, the type of friends, the type of social interaction that they see outside, we have to understand that we cannot treat them the same way as our parents treated us. So to improve relationships with youngsters, we have to start on a clean slate. I always tell elders, never start a sentence with, when I was your age, jab main tumhari umar ka tha.
Yeah.
Because according to them, you were their age when it was the Stone Age. They do not give any importance to it. Talk about today. Talk about these children are what we call as digital natives. They are not natives of Bangalore or Allahabad or Punjab. They are digital natives of the digital world. Their whole world is within that 6-inch screen of their smartphone.
Okay, I think any last final tips and comments to our audience, to our readers and viewers, followers?
I would definitely like to request all of you that as concerned adults, particularly those of you who are either mothers or who are teachers, who are in other ways you are doing things, it is said that when you educate a woman, you are educating a family. Now, when we use the word educate, it does not mean just teaching them arithmetic and languages and all that. Education into life skills. I think more than the men, the women have a much better opportunity. They should avail of it. They should first learn basic life skills themselves, and they should start spreading the message. There are so many people around you who are uneducated. They've not gone through higher education as many of you may have done. So reach out to them and explain this, and then focus on the younger generation. I think we owe it to the younger generation that we must teach them basics, starting with the basics of Deen and then moving on to the basics of life.
My thanks to Almighty for such a good informative session. Alhamdulillah. Thank you, Dr. Ali. Thanks for enlightening us with your knowledge and experiences. It was very helpful. You've given us deep insights into the topic and also revealed some interesting facts, like the point where you said you should not concentrate on the person and you should concentrate on what has been done, and plus listening to the children, all those things were very informative. I'm sure the audience, the participant will benefit from this in having healthy communications, which will help them in conflict resolutions. Thank you everyone. Thank you, Dr. Ali.